I have something called social anxiety. I get so nervous when I'm around people. Recess was the worst time of day for me because kids like Marley would suddenly sneak up behind me.
Relax, weirdo. What are you doing standing like a little creep behind the wall? Why don't you just get out there and make friends?
Maybe because I don't want friends? And what are you hiding in your other hand?
This!
This is the reason I don't have friends. Hi, I'm Aria, and I'm from Tennessee. I loved being home with my parents. And while we were eating dinner that night, I came up with a solution to solve my anxiety problem. Mom, since you're taking a break from work, maybe you can homeschool me. Aria, I'm taking this break so I can focus on my novel. Your therapist said the only way you can overcome your fears is by being around people.
I have something better in mind that might just help. Summer school.
What? That only meant more new faces. I really don't see how summer camp is going to change anything. My parents eventually convinced me that summer camp would be good for me, but I still stayed hidden away. All the new faces definitely made me more nervous until one day when I really wanted a candy bar from the vending machine in the office. Hi, could you change a $10 note? I want something from the vending machine.
Sure, honey. Here you go.
I waited behind another girl who wanted a soda, but looked very frustrated. I soon found out why.
Hi, can I borrow some money? I don't have enough and my friends and I are so thirsty. What is it? Can I have some or not?
And with that, the girl shoved me into the machine, and soda dropped down the chute.
Thanks, for nothing.
I crouched down against the machine and cried. Just then, I saw the girl coming back. I was so afraid. But behind her was another girl who was pushing her towards me.
Apologize! Now! Or else! I'm sorry, and here is my money. You can get whatever you want.
And that's how I met Cassidy. I shadowed Cassidy the entire summer camp, and she wasn't scared of anything.
Come on, it's your turn, Aria.
What if I fall? I won't let you fall. Ever. Cassidy wasn't like the other kids. We snuck out of our cabins at night to chat and watch Storytime animated videos and eat s'mores. I had the time of my life. After summer camp, it was back to school for me, and I felt more confident because of who I saw.
Surprise! I told my parents to transfer me to your school.
Oh, wow! That's great! I was happy, but also thought it was strange. But anyway, since I didn't have any friends, it was a good thing. Until she started coming to my house.
Cassidy, it's your turn. Let's see if you can maintain that winning streak.
Of course she can. She's a born winner.
Nah, I just practice, and give it my best shot.
Listen, she even talks like a winner. Your parents must be so proud of you.
It almost seemed like my parents loved her more than me. And whenever we mentioned her parents, she looked sad or she changed the subject. Cassidy, how come you never talk about your family?
Because they're always busy. I'll see you at school tomorrow.
Back at school, Cassidy also seemed to be the shining star amongst the other kids. Once she even showed everyone that she could balance a straight line of books on her head throughout recess. This was a bet she made with some random guy.
Cassidy! Cassidy! Cassidy!
I eventually got tired of standing around watching Cassidy, so I went to the bathroom, which was such bad timing since I found Marley there, fixing her hair.
Hey, Aria, how are you doing? I haven't seen you standing behind anything lately.
Oh, you're so funny, ha. Cassidy and I are really busy with our science project.
Cassidy, oh, her! She seems to be more likable than you.
Well, I don't care about being liked. You know that.
Oh, yeah. I saw how your parents get so excited when they see Cassidy every time they pick you up after school. It must be tough not being a perfect child like her.
I didn't care about being liked at school, but I did care about my parents liking her more than me. So I had to make some changes. I decided maybe I didn't need Cassidy anymore. I was good without her. I got excellent grades and even did some sports, and other kids at school started hanging out with me. Even Marley started liking me.
Hey ladies, mind if I get a spot over there?
Sure, but Marley and I are just going to take a walk outside. Aren't we, Marley?
Okay. but remember, we have to meet at your house this afternoon to complete our science project.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna take a rain check on that one. I can't do today. The next day at school, I was hanging out with Marley when Cassidy appeared.
Hey, Ari, can we talk about the science project, please? We're falling behind pretty bad.
Oh yeah, about that? Marley and I are a better fit, so we're going to work together. You don't mind, do you?
No, actually, it's cool. I'll just finish this on my own then. See you around.
And the next day, Cassidy didn't come around. And the next, and the next. After I dumped Cassidy, Marley turned out to be a terrible science project partner, since she always ditched me when I started talking about the project.
Hi, darling. Are you all right? Do you need some help?
No thanks, Mom. Marley should be here soon. Marley never came, and Dad decided to step in because we needed to present the next day.
Harry, darling, I haven't seen Cassidy in a while, and Mom said that Marley is supposed to be doing this project with you. I hope that you get a good grade and blow everyone's socks off.
Thanks, Dad. I hope so too.
Oh, and one more thing. Good friends stick with you through good times and the bad times. Just remember that.
Dad had a point about true friends, so I needed to test Marley's friendship.
Hey, Marley, what happened yesterday? I waited all afternoon. You didn't pitch in, and I couldn't complete the project. We're going to fail. Oh, man, my dad felt so sick, and I needed to stay home and take care of him. Look, I even have a note for the teacher.
I felt like a jerk. Her dad was sick, and I was trying to test her. She even had a note to ask for an extension on the deadline for our project. She had to be a true friend, but she was awfully giggly and chatty for someone with a sick dad. And when we presented the project I worked on, Marley kept repeating everything I said and just spoke louder than me.
Our project is about vegetative production and cloning plants. Our project is about vegetative production and cloning plants.
The teacher eventually got tired of Marley echoing after me and asked us to sit down before I could even finish.
What was that about? I was just trying to help since my father is sick and I couldn't help with the project. I wanted to have some input.
It's okay. I understand. Next up was Cassidy, and she made a volcano, which looked so cool. She was definitely going to get a high score. And then Marley whispered in my ear,
"Don't worry, she's not scoring any marks today."
"What are you talking about?"
"Watch and see."
Cassidy's volcano didn't erupt the way she wanted it to. And that's because Marley swapped the bicarbonate soda with sugar. I was so mad at Marley. But later after school, I found her crying.
"Marley, why are you crying?" "Yes, I'm so sorry for what I did to Cassidy. I'm going through a lot right now with my dad being sick, you know."
Yeah, it's okay. Cassidy is smart. She'll do well in her next project. Before I could head home, Marley invited me to hang out with her and some of her other friends at the Burger Creek.
"So, what are you wearing to the fall dance?"
"Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. We can go with my dad tomorrow."
"But I thought your dad was sick." "Oh, yeah, I meant my mom."
"Oh, great." When we were at the dance the next night, Marley gave me a package to keep away in my bag, which I found so strange.
"Aria, hey, take this."
"What is it?"
"I'll explain when we're inside."
When I opened the package, it was a bottle of olive oil. I didn't understand.
"Where's the bottle?"
"In my purse." "Marley, what's going on?"
"Just pour a little on the dance floor over there. It's where Cassidy is."
"Marley, no! I refuse to do that! What if someone did that to you?"
"How bad could it be? She will slip, land on her butt, and everyone will laugh. Have a little fun. Just do it. And plus, it's part of the initiation if you want to hang out with the popular crowd."
How bad could it be? Pretty bad, it turns out. Cassidy slipped and landed on her arm instead, and then the other kids who tried helping her up also slipped. The dance had to be stopped, and Cassidy was taken in an ambulance to the hospital. As soon as I could, I ran outside the dance hall and found Marley with her dad. He looked completely healthy.
"Marley, you told me your dad was sick!" "Well, he's better now."
I felt like such a buffoon for listening to Marley. The next day at school, the principal made an announcement at the morning assembly.
"The senior prom is cancelled. We'll give the guilty party 3 days to confess."
What does that even mean?
I couldn't deal with Marley right now. so I moved over to the empty seat next to me. She didn't even care about what happened to Cassidy. During recess, I tried to avoid Marley completely, but she still didn't get the picture.
What's your problem? My problem? Marley, Cassidy has to wear a cast for who knows how long, and the prom is canceled all because of us! Us? You're crazy! You put the oil on the dance floor!
Marley spoke so loudly that everyone there turned to look at us. Soon after, I was called to the principal's office, and I was shocked to see my parents there as well.
Thank you for coming, Mr. and Mrs. Miller. Aria's foolish behavior caused a terrible accident. It is for this reason we have decided to suspend her for 2 weeks. She will also have to miss prom.
Thank you. We appreciate your leniency. Please convey our thanks to Cassidy's parents as well, who decided not to press charges.
We will deal with Aria.
Deal with me? I hadn't seen Mom so stern before.
And it was all Marley's fault!
Aria, you have been acting up for a while now, but this behavior is not acceptable.
I could hear their voices, but I was so angry at Marley for letting all the blame fall on me that I wasn't really listening. But Mom knew how to grab my attention.
You're grounded for a month. A month? That's not fair!
One more work, young lady, and it will be 2 months.
I just kept thinking about how I was going to get back at Marley, and now it felt like I was being bolted to the floor of my house, not able to move about anywhere other than here. As I sat in my room, thinking about how I disappointed my parents and how foolishly I acted for the past few weeks following Marley around, I broke down crying because everything was so messed up. And then I felt a hand on my shoulder.
Cassidy, when did you get here?
I just came to say I forgive you.
Oh, Cassidy, I'm so sorry. I don't know how things got so out of control. I'm so sorry for choosing Marley over you.
Oh, it had to happen.
Marley is a firecracker. She just needs someone to light her fuse and then it blows up. Usually in your face. Wait, what? You knew about her?
Oh, yeah. She was at one of my old schools a long time ago and got suspended. But this was a lesson you had to learn on your own. A word of advice, don't try to get even. People like her just don't know when to stop. I had no idea why I doubted my mom and dad, or Cassidy. Thank you for being such a good friend, Cassidy. The next day, Mom and Dad weren't so angry anymore. All was forgotten, and it was time to look forward. Morning, sleepyhead. Did you rest well?
I made your favorite, pancakes.
After a few months, everyone at school forgot about what happened at the fall dance, but I couldn't help but notice that Cassidy was not her usual self.
Is everything okay with you? No, I need to tell you something.
Okay. When I came to this school, it wasn't my choice. I lived in an orphanage most of my life, and finally a nice couple adopted me. It was just a coincidence that they lived closer to your school.
Wow! And summer camp? Did your parents send you there too?
No, the orphanage sent me there, before I could go off with my adoptive parents.
Oh, Cassidy, why did you keep this a secret?
Because I just wanted to be a normal kid. But now I have to leave again. The couple that adopted me, they lost their business and they can't afford to take care of me. I was heartbroken when I heard her story, and I felt so bad for even being jealous of her once. A few days before Cassidy could be sent back to the orphanage, I invited her over to my house for supper. Thank you all for having me. It was lovely meeting you.
Well, you could stay longer, if you want to.
Dad handed a letter to Cassidy, which I already knew what it was, and we all smiled waiting for her reaction.
You're adopting me?
I immediately hugged her and we both cried. Yes! Welcome home, sister.